Okay, for number 1, we have example 1, we have the limit as x approaches infinity of ln of x to the 5th over x to the 0.002. And if you look back, this is that dominance thing. We don't need to take a lot of time to figure this out. ln is the least dominant of all polynomial. Well, it's not a polynomial, of all kinds of functions that we've actually been studying. This is x to the 0.002. Even though it's 0.002, polynomial function has higher dominance. That means it will get larger faster, so it will approach 0. So the answer to example 1 is 0. Okay, so the next is a piecewise function, and it gives us all these scenarios. And it asks what limit exists. So if you look, you have x plus 1 is the function from -2 to 0. At 2, it's 0. At between 0 and 2, it's negative x. At 0, it's 2. At 2, sorry, it's 0. And between 2 and 4, it's x minus 4. So you know how to read a piecewise function. So we want to know whether the limit exists at 2. Well, our function is only defined. It says x has to be greater than 2, -2, in between 0. So we cannot get a limit. The limit doesn't exist. So the limit as x goes to -2 of f of x doesn't exist because we only have one side. But we can say the limit as x, if x approaches -2, it does exist from the right. It does exist from the right. And so you can say that that is what? -2 plus 1. So that would be -1. So, okay, so that's A. B wants x at x equals 0. Does the limit exist at x equals 0? Well, it's 2, so there's a function, and how do we know whether a limit exists? Okay, it has to be approaching it. We don't care what it is at 2, but before 2, we don't care what it is at 0. Sorry, if we're looking at 0. Before 0, we want to know, and after 0, we want to know, and they have to be the same. So if we're coming from the left, it would be the limit. So the limit as x approaches 0 from the left of f of x, that's equal to 0 plus 1, or 1. And the limit as x approaches 0 from the right of f of x would be 0. So the limit would not exist at 0. D and E. Now you can do the left, and then you can do the right. So, but in order for it to have the actual limit, they have to be the same. All right, same problem. Let's see if I can. For part C, if x is 2, we see that at 2, x is 0. And so we don't care again about that. Please don't look at that. You are looking at the left side and the right side and seeing if those two are equal. So the limit as x approaches 2 from the left is -2 using negative x, and the limit as x approaches 2 from the right is 2 minus 4, which is -2. Since these are both the same, that means the limit as x approaches 2 in general is -2. So that's C and D. Let's see. So D is at x equals 4, and if you look at the piecewise, it stops at 4, it includes 4, so we can't have anything more than a left-sided limit. So the limit as x approaches 4 from the left of f of x is equal to x minus 4, which is 0, but the limit as x approaches 4 in general doesn't exist.